Good morning and welcome to the Thursday edition of Let It Be Known. Good to have you guys with us. We are brought to you by the Bell Project that are helping more than 40,000 families with cash bail and trying to eliminate the cash bail system. Also by the March On PAC, a woman led organization that continues to fight democracy and put forth the best and the boldest of Democratic candidates. They endorsed them anyway. How about that? um, it's a Friday. It's a Thursday. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? I guess uh, every day should be Friday. How about that? At least every work day should be Friday, which means no work the next day. But we are here, and there is, as we say in the trade, lots and lots going on. And I tell you what, you gotta wonder, how does people like, and we've talked about this so many times before, how does people like Clarence Thomas look himself in the mirror? What does he see when he looks at himself in the mirror? What does Byron Donald see when he looks himself in the mirror? What does Tim Scott see and these other folks see? What do they see? What does Waka Flocka see and Lil Wayne and Snoop and Nelly and those folks? What do they see? What do they see? They because apparently they are seeing green only. That's it. Because the U.S. Supreme Court ruled 6-3 to strike down Louisiana's congressional map, and in doing so, made it far harder to prove racial discrimination in voting districts, weakening one of the last major protections of the Voting Rights Act. And for a lot of black voters, this is the same playbook with a different cover. And you stand in line, you register, you do everything that they tell you to do, and then somebody redraws the line so your vote gets watered down before it even counts. That's been going on for generations. And what the Supreme Court just did makes it impossible, almost impossible anyway, to fight it. And these decisions line up with Trump, with DeSantis, and others who have been pushing out uh, black voters. And people say, you got to go vote. You got to go. Are you now getting the message? And forever you've heard, well, your vote don't count. Your vote don't count. Well, now they're saying not only don't your vote count, don't even bother. Are y'all getting the message now? You say, what's the alternative? There are alternatives if you are looking. There are. How about trusting something or someone other than politicians? How about that? Let's start there. I mean, this is a right that, of course, people got beat up for, they lost their lives over, and it never mattered in this country. And now Governor Landry in Louisiana just told Republican House candidates that he's going to now suspend the May 16th primary election so that they can redraw the map to ensure that they win. And, you have, of course, a president who talks about all the time the election was rigged. Well, now they're making sure to rig all the elections, right, going forward, especially when it comes to certain voters. You are not allowed to participate. That's, that's how it is. They've gutted, totally gutted, and now have put an end to the Voting Rights Act, essentially. So, when you talk about all the rights, hmm, where are they? Where are they? And now you got stuff like this, of course. Gas prices are about to really, I mean, they're already bad enough, but the price of, crude oil, Brent crude oil, to be specific, has surged to past $126 a barrel, this morning as US and Iran talks raised doubts about the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz and a permanent end to the Iran war. Brent crude to be delivered in June jumped 3.3% to 121.90 cents after $121.90 after briefly soaring past $126 per barrel. Now, before the war began, Brent crude was trading at about $70 a barrel. And so the U.S., with no clear path to ending this war, the U.S. continues its blockade of Iranian ports while the Strait of Hormuz is closed. And then making it worse, you had these reports this morning suggesting that Donald Trump is going to escalate the tensions uh, there with Iran. But nationwide, the gas prices have climbed to, on average, $4.30 per gallon, which is a 4-year high. But check this out. The last time the average US gas price topped $4.15 was April 2022. And again, it had everything to do with war. Russia launched this full scale invasion of Ukraine at that time. But currently in California, where drivers are paying the highest prices in the nation, that a gallon of gas in California is $6.01. Yesterday, it was $5.98. This morning, it's $6.01. Hawaii, Nevada, Oregon, and the state of Washington now have average prices above $5. And so, driving is a problem, flying is a problem. We're gonna get into flying as well. It's something very, very alarming once again happened in the skies, which again makes me say, "What? Why would I get up there? Why?" I mean, it's just it's getting way out of hand. And this time, this is, in California, San Diego, to be specific. A United Airlines flight that was on approach to the airport at the San Diego International Airport, is believed to have been struck by a drone at about 3,000 feet. This was yesterday. The pilot of United Flight 1980, which departed San Francisco, just before 7 a.m., reported to the tower that the, Boeing 737, aircraft hit a drone. In an audio recording from the cockpit, the pilot is heard describing the object to the controller as small and red. The controller did say that he was not, or the control center was not aware of a drone in the airspace, but they did alert other pilots to a possible drone in the area. The flight fortunately landed safely. No one was, hurt. They deplaned normally. The maintenance team said they found no damage to the aircraft, but the FAA said they are investigating. There were 48 passengers and 6 crew members on board at the time. But whether it's a coincidence or not, ever since January of 2025, air travel has become a risk, a big risk, much more so than it had been in a in the past. At any point in the past, there was there is the lack of air traffic controllers. There's the TSA situation. There is um, who knows what else that the diabolical people that are doing diabolical things have done. What else they've done? But this air traffic control stuff is crazy. And once again, Mike V is on the same page. That's right. I don't know if you're trolling me or you're with me, but he said, "Thank goodness for the Excella." The problem is, Mike, the Excella does not. There's certain places that don't go. They need to expand that. Amtrak needs to add some more Acela trains going out toward the Midwest and the West. 'Cause but they do have once you get to, like, Chicago, I think even Detroit, they have, trains that are similar to the Acela. So that's yeah, the Acela it's a cool ride too. Now, I'm not a fan of the more, the older Amtrak trains at all, but the Acela, I could chill on the Acela, kick back and chill. It's a lot more comfortable, especially, that new, what's it called, the next generation Acela that they unveiled last year. I've had the, uh, opportunity to ride a few times, and we'll be riding it again soon. They're a lot more space, it's more comfortable. It's one of those trains, if you're gonna take a long trip, you don't really need they have those roomettes or whatever they call them. You don't if you get on the next gen Accelerate, you don't need, uh, anything else. You can kick back and relax. He said, Biden likes the Acela, so that means something. Does it? He does. Biden gets on the Acela, but Amtrak needs the update. I know, Ameristar Rail has been, uh, uh, dealing with Amtrak, trying to improve everything. Mary Starrell is one of our supporters, but they have been trying to uh, get Amtrak to make everybody's experience like they do for the first class passengers, and they're still talking, and they're very hopeful that a deal will be reached sometime soon. But air traffic and air travel is I don't know. I think it better start. People are going to start, looking at renting RVs or something, at least for domestic travel. But then you got the problem of the $6 a gallon gas. At least you're on the ground and you're a lot safer than what they're doing up there or not doing. Oh gosh. It's but it's just amazing how immediately that changed once President Trump took office, how immediately it became an issue, a danger to fly. And the folks that he put in charge is ineptitude at its finest. And Mike, you missed it. We just discussed that Voting Rights Act, and as I mentioned too, they are moving quickly too. Governor Landry has said he's going to Louisiana Governor Landry said he's going to um, suspend the primary. that's coming up in about 17 days, and, so that they can redraw those maps. And, they totally, shut out. They're totally shutting out, Mike, as you know, Black folks. It I mean, it's really a wrap. It's a wrap. Jim Crow is back, he says. And that wasn't that and so that was the warning that the black lady told y'all about. And that was, she didn't need to tell you because Project 2025 told you. And now we see it. So some people, there are too many people, Mike, that they gotta feel it or see it to believe it. I'm with Michelle. Michelle Madison says she loves taking the Amtrak. She go to visit her grandsons every month in Virginia, 5 hours, very relaxing. But Project 2025 told you that this was everything they said that they wanted to do. And then you get, the Clarence Thomas of the world, the Uncle Clarences of the world, Butter Biscuits, Donalds, and folks like that. As I said, the Nellies, the Wakas, the Lil Waynes, Chili's. How's she feeling now, Chili? Yeah, how's that tour selling? How's the ticket sales? You know, and speaking of ticket sales on concerts, I saw the funniest post regarding the Chris Brown and Usher tour. This this lady, young lady, is in bed with this old ugly fat man, saying, "Well, at least I got my Chris Brown and Usher tickets paid for now." It's like, and there's, and it was, obviously it's a joke, that, they posted, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going on in some cases. I'm pretty sure. You have folks outright say for Beyonce's last tour, folks outright said they wasn't paying their mortgage so they can buy Beyonce tickets. They wasn't paying their card notes so they could buy Beyonce tickets, which was nice because you go to the concert, you drive to the concert, and you go in there. But when you come out, your car's repossessed. But you saw Beyonce. They're not paying their mortgage or their rent. Note on the door, foreclosure. Landlord says move. But you saw Beyonce, and so you can imagine some sexual favors was going on, and just like they depicted with this Chris Brown Usher thing. It's some things people put on a bucket list or most important thing list to do, and for some reason, these shows in which they'll be able to see it on YouTube eventually becomes the most paramount thing. I'm just not. I'm just not paying, mortgage money or rent money for a concert. Those artists don't know you, you don't know them, and they got more money or access to more money than I do. I don't need to give them more money. Yeah, it's cool when you got your favorite artist out there performing, you wanna go see it, but y folks should have some limits. I mean, I saw, we just saw the Michael Jackson movie. I saw Michael Jackson in concert a number of times, but I never paid more than a few bucks. I saw Prince, what, about 13, 14 times. I think the highest amount I paid for a Prince concert, I believe it's like $30 or $35 or something like that. And people say, "Well, it's all relative." Look, back in, so the last time I saw Prince, 2004. 2004, this is 2026, things are the monetary things. No. Because if I paid $35 in 2024, that means that uh, it was not much at all. I think back then, it wasn't about the price as much as the availability. Today is about it's strictly about the price, because the tickets are available. If you're willing to pay for it. Now with all of the StubHub and the Ticketmaster resale and the Vivid Seats and SeatGeek, and there's tickets available. Right, the Knicks play Atlanta tonight, game, 6 in Atlanta. If I wanna go down to Atlanta, I can go get a seat tonight if I wanted to. These are playoff games. He said they sold out. Yeah, they sold out only to the extent that the venue is not selling tickets anymore. They sold all theirs, but they always available. And here's a little tip for even you guys who might want to see Usher and Chris Brown or other acts that you're interested in. A lot of times, not all the time, but I'd say the vast majority of times, and I know people don't like to do this, if you wait, say the concert starts tonight at 8. If you wait, say about 6 o'clock tonight, that $500 ticket suddenly becomes 200. Just saying, you may not sit up in the front row where you smell their sweat. Or for you ladies who want to get on that stage with Chris Brown, I know you want your tickets first so you can have, yeah. So you can get up on the couch. But too much, too much. I don't see how people are affording stuff anymore. They have just made this thing so unaffordable. Living in America so unaffordable. The president talking about affordability. But here's somebody that always entertained, and entertained in a great way. Sinbad is back. He's going back on stage. He Yesterday he posted what you see now. This video. He's 69 years old now, and he addressed the numerous messages he's gotten about when he'll do comedy shows again. And he says, "I can't walk." He says, "I got so much stuff to talk about. I'm gonna be talking more trash than I ever talked." And within hours of his announcement, the 2 dates that he announced for, next month sold out, and his return is indeed a family affair because his opening act is his daughter, Paige Bryant, who is a successful stand-up comedian in her own right, and Sinbad says she talks more trash than he does. And October of 2020 is when Sinbad's family announced that he was recovering from a stroke, which was triggered after a blood clot traveled, from his heart to his brain. And I remember just 2 weeks before that happened, I spoke to Sinbad, and it was just 2 weeks later that this happened. I remember him and his son. They were excited. We were doing this Comic Con thing. We were going to do this for the Black press, and he was just so excited. And he's all into that stuff. And then I get a email from his son saying that his dad wasn't well. Then we speculated for a long time. He didn't say what exactly had happened. It turned out it was a stroke. 2 years ago, Sinbad made his first public appearance since the stroke. It was virtually. It was at the Different World HBCU College Tour in Atlanta in February of 2024. And of course, last year he made his return to acting with a supporting role in Tyler Perry's Netflix film Straw, which starred Taraji P. Henson, Sherry Shepard, Tiana Taylor, and Glenn Turman. And Tyler Perry, at the time, said he knew how really difficult it was for Sinbad. So to give him the opportunity made Tyler feel, as Tyler said, amazing. He says he's really excited for Sinbad. And so it's just about everyone else, as we see the ticket sales for this his return to the stage. Those 2 nights sold out instantly. So good for Sinbad. Um, One of the funniest and among the only clean comics there is. So good for him. And speaking of comedians, one guy I enjoy a lot is Shula King. And of course, we all know, been hearing, whether we wanted to hear it or not, the whole Megan Thee Stallion, Clay Thompson breakup. Um, I thought Cameron and Mace had a really interesting and thoughtful conversation on it, in their own interesting, thoughtful way. But it was entertaining, and everyone else is having their thoughts on it. And it's like, and from my standpoint, it's like, who cares? I mean, you get together. This is what you do. You gotta. It's Hollywood. It's music. It's sports. Who's staying together? But Shula King, in his own way. Let's check out what Shula King had to say. This man is absolutely. I think he's brilliant.
Ladies and gentlemen, somebody put this post up and said WAP is 0-2 in sports. Those Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion both, they got the WAP. They got it. I mean, but it just, I don't know. Hell, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Good sex don't keep people. I'm sorry. Because you can get good sex anywhere. And if nobody offering it to you, go get you some money. Somebody gonna give you something. I'll tell you that now. Somebody gonna go if you got enough change. Because there's a lot going on nowadays. People got to get gas money, groceries are high, people got kids to feed. If you got a little change on you, you can get a hold of something. You can, but it ain't gonna keep. It don't. Sex don't make no relationship. I don't, man, woman. I don't care how fine you are, how talented you are in the bed. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. There's a whole lot of grown, lonely people out here with a whole lot of talent. I don't care what the WAP do. I don't care if your WAP is so WAP that you need a mop. ain't gonna stay if that's all you got. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I went to see the Michael Jackson movie. Yes, I liked it, but I will say I did like the first movie, The Jackson's American Dream. I liked that movie better. Yes, I did. And I'm going to tell you why. I was hoping that they put my scene in there. You understand what I'm saying? You know, when Joe Jackson found that towel in the swimming pool. That was all I was looking for. I went down there. That was all that was all. Michael, Marlon, who left the towel in the swimming pool? That's all I was looking for that. That's all. And Angela Bassett came out there because Angela Bassett played their mama first. And she came out there and said, Joseph Jackson, you wake your dead. He in that house hollering, Michael, Marlon, you gonna get it? Who left the towel in the swimming pool? And she had to check Joe. Hey, Joe, hey. These boys are grown men. They got millions of fans all over the world. What you gonna do? Tell them to go outside and get a switch? Go to bed, Joseph. Go to bed. That was the only scene I was looking for. So if you do part two, that put that in there. Unless I'm not going to see it. I wanted to see that. Thank you to the producers and whatnot. Yes, they did, but they did a good job. Did a good job.
Oh gosh, he he's an absolute trip. Um, and he had it down to a science that part of the Jackson's American Dream movie with the swimming pool scene. Oh gosh, and his take on Megan and Cardi. 0 for 2 in sports, huh? 0 for 2. Man, oh man. Um, yeah, I mean, come on. You know, apparently the way it sounds is that Megan Thee Stallion uh, may have believed that this was the guy she was going to marry. It's uh, 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 she had to even leave her Broadway show because she's so devastated. And Mike V says he's waiting for Drew Ski's reaction to Megan and Clay. Oh man, but apparently, and he seems like, you know, like basketball players do, right? It's like, okay, pretty much what Shula King said, which is unfortunate. But once again, and I'm gonna sound very old fashioned, like my grandmother used to say, "Hey, you're giving away all the milk. Why buy the cow when you can have the milk free?" And then the cow dries up, and they go on to the next one. They were so, and I think Mace and Cameron, well, not think, but one of their points, and Cameron said it best. His point was stop being so doggone public about your relationships. Stop putting everything about your relationships online. And he was saying, like, Megan, you kept seeing them post this, post the Thanksgiving dinner, post that, post, and in some of those posts, you see Clay looking like I could care less. And like he said, he would, and no way was he blaming Meg or talking negative about her. He says he's a big believer that these celebrities, as he put it, these celebrities need to stop putting everything out there. And he says, and he agreed that it's unfair how people judge the women because they even put a list of Meg's, as they say, body count. They didn't touch Clay's body count, which or at least suspect, like most NBA players, is probably long. Look, Ray J said he has slept with 2,500 women so far in his life. If Ray J has slept with 2,500 women, imagine how many available to somebody like Clay. Clay done made $300 million in his career. He's got what, 2, 3 NBA championships, All-Star appearances, etc. So yeah, I would like to see Drewski's reaction as well, Mike. But I love Shula King. His he just it is what it is. To borrow again Mason Cameron's show title, it is what it is. I like that title. I like that title. Somebody talk about my laugh. I always talk about my laugh, but you know whose laugh I enjoy as well. And speaking of Mason Cameron, Mace's laugh is off the chain. And as far as the uh, take on the Jackson movie, I've heard people say that they did like Lawrence Hilton Jacob uh, portrayal of Joe Jackson better. Lawrence Hilton Jacob himself said that that's unfair. It shouldn't judge. Should that he did his interpretation and Coleman Domingo did his, and I think they both was good. I think Coleman was great. I think Lawrence Hilton Jacob was good, but again, Coleman Domingo's portrayal was just it was monstrous. Oh man. So we haven't visited our girl in a while, and I want to do that this morning. And she has a story about a custody battle that has turned ugly, and I want to see how she's going to deliver that news as it was caught on camera. Let's check it out. Mm. To shine is why it's your girl, shiny bee. And if you cool her, you got to cool her, yeah.
Disclaimer. When we tell y'all, be careful, you better be careful. Sparkle told you that in the early 90s. You got to be careful who you procreate with your ugly ass. Because it starts out as a hot, passionate, steamy night. And then once that semen hits the egg, you don't know which side is going to be floppy, unstable, or which side is going to be responsible. And at this point, Earth is ghetto. I want to leave. Now I'm going to show you a video because you know I got the video. You know I got the video of a nasty custody battle. And it's so sad because really co-parenting could be easy if people just parent. Take the emotions out of it. If he move on, you move on. So be it. You weren't happy together. Raise the baby. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the video of this man who actually, his face doesn't even match his voice. But he, on the other hand, is one of the most calmest people because his baby mama's acting a damn fool. Ma'am, we could see you and you're going to lose the rights to seeing your child. Let's go.
You. Oh my God. Please tell me to record. You are crazy.
I'm so tired of you. I'm so tired of you.
Stop it.
So tired of you.
You are making this so much worse. Please tell me you're recording this, please. You are going to lose custody of Vivian for this. Why would you do this?
Why would I lose custody when you...
Look at you. You broke my fucking window.
Let go.
Can you stop? Like, what the fuck? Stop. No, we need to call someone.
Okay.
Like, this is actually ridiculous.
Yep.
Ma'am, what are you doing? Okay? What are you doing with your crazy ass? Forget ugly ass, you're crazy. Okay? First of all, sir, if you didn't have tinted windows, you wouldn't have a window. That's the only reason why your window was flapping like that, because the tint held it together. what was left of the broken particles of your glass. Now, I don't know what she broke your window with. The way she acted, probably her head. Boom. She probably hit it one of those Street Fighter moves. Boom. I don't like it. Now, I don't know the age of the child, and I do not know the custodial orders that is presented to both of them by the judge. But the fact that she's being recorded and she's still acting a fool, girl, we could see you. She talking about some. She flipped the camera off, and that just means she does not like who's in the passenger seat. That automatically the energy was different because of that. But who holds onto a window and stares into somebody's eyes? She's talking about some. I hate you. Holding on for dear life. She is holding on like Mufasa and seeing goddamn Lion King. Like, sir, you put your penis in that. What did she look like on a sexy day? Because she looks absolutely nuts right now. I wouldn't even blow in her ear or blow in her eye. See, y'all just be having sex with any and everybody, and then once the baby come out, you're in love with the baby, but you're not in love with the person you made the baby with. Now, ma'am, I don't know why you thought this would be a good idea on any given day, because he has proof of whatever you're going to verbally say he did, and he has the visual proof of what you're doing to him in active time. You've lost your rights, ma'am, at this point. You're hanging from the side of the door with a broken tint window glass and yelling at him, telling him what you're not going to do. Then you get into the car a little bit and you try to pull him by his hoodie or his shirt. He's like, look at what you did to my window. Like, I was not expecting his voice to be like that. Based off of the picture that I saw, I was like, is this a voiceover or is this AI? That is not that man's voice. Regardless of, ma'am, you didn't show the best character of yourself at that moment. And unfortunately, when he turns it in, because he's gonna turn it in, and whoever the woman was in the passenger seat is gonna say, you better turn her in, you're probably not even gonna get supervised visits. Why is this custody battle so bad? Because you're definitely, ma'am, showing signs of unfit. If I was a judge, I would just take the baby, like, here you go. That's scary behavior to me, that somebody is willing to lose their legs just to say, you're not going to get the kids. Now, lo and behold, I don't know either of them, so I don't know how deep this goes, but just off of first impression, because that's all we ever got, and we only have an opinion, it doesn't look good. It looks like y'all are toxic for one another. And I don't even know if co-parenting would work, because, sir, I'm not allowing anybody to hold on to my car. I would have been scared. She would have been weaving off the side like a Nintendo game. Like, you would have thought this was level 4. Like, I'm not gonna play with you. You done broke my window. Do you know what it costs to get your window replaced and retinted? Girl, you gonna have to come up out your pockets or come up out that hoodie. Honey, I'm pawning everything on you to get mine back. But this is who has a child. Him and her. And it's just giving, no, ma'am, you don't look stable. You're not gonna get the child. She crept up on the thing, said, the way she flipped you off was childish. She ain't got all her marbles in the jar. That's just what it's telling you. But having a moment like this comes from people taking on too much. And then the straw that breaks the camel back make you look crazy. Although in most cases, it's just been nasty, nasty, nasty all along. And you just broke. To everybody involved, I hope y'all as adults can come together with y'all ugly ass and make it work for the benefit of the child. Because the way y'all going, the state gonna take the child from both of y'all, because y'all both ain't got it together. Now, this is just a visual of what goes on when things don't go right for people. This is a visual of how nasty custody battles could be. And then this can be another example that mental health is serious. I'm telling you now, a child is going to make anybody act a fool, because nobody wants their children to be hurt, taken away from them, or misguided. All of those three, or one of the three applies, you will lose your mind fighting for the love that you have for your child. So I can't say what happened prior to the start of this video. I can only tell you, ma'am, from the start of the video to the end, you just didn't give stable. You just didn't give that you wanted to have a co-parenting situation, and you just gave that you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, ma'am. At some point, we're going to have to hold you accountable. How old is this child Please, because if they're a newborn infant, you don't need that. You need somebody that can hold you accountable, talk for themselves. Because baby, the way you holding off of his side mirror, like, I don't like you. You look at him dead in his eyes. I don't like you. And he's like, oh my God, I can't believe you broke my window. Like, he just sounds totally not like what his face is giving. Regardless of, I don't like it. Because you think children young don't remember, all their minds like sponges. They will remember. So make it better for the betterment of your child. All of that fickle fackle stuff, if he don't want you and you don't want him, so be it. Just be cordial enough that you can pick up and drop off your baby that you created, and that baby doesn't miss a beat. But when y'all both antagonizing each other, then that baby's gonna grow up thinking that yelling and calling out of each other's name is love, and it's not real love. I'm searching for real love. Go Mary, go Mary. Mary gonna beat my tail. Regardless of y'all, you really do gotta be mindful who you lay down with. But baby, look, I'm just the messenger. It's your girl, Shawnee B. If you're cool with your girl, gone fool with your girl. Make sure you check out my website. Yes, www.shawneebentertainment.com. Check out the figure. Optional drop donations. Never any pressure to do either of the two, because I see the likes, the shares, the comments. Means the world to me. So I just want to tell you thank you for my lips to your ears for rocking with me, because y'all could be anywhere in this ghetto world, but y'all here with me. Hop in the comments.
Oh man, I tell you what, and we were talking about Meg the Stallion and Clay Thompson, and all the toxic stuff. Well, doesn't get any more toxic than that, does it? Mm. Unreal what people do and how they react, how they behave, and around kids. Nonetheless, we appreciate you guys as always. And as always, whatever you're going to do it safe. And come back to us tomorrow on Let It Be Known. Thanks a whole lot.
Let's go! Let's go, Flav. Hey!